What's up, y'all? I'm gonna go ahead and do my dress rehearsal speech. So, starting the timer now. It can be said that I am a man of many hats. While I am an avid gamer with knowledge about hundreds of fictional creatures, weapons, and landscapes, I'm also a composer. With these two backgrounds, I believe that the future calls for a richer gaming experience from game designers for the players. My name is Christian Burns, and today I'd like to talk about the power of music in video games. In my opinion, music and musical sound design are responsible for making video games immersive. To begin, I'd like to talk about what video game immersion is. Video game immersion brings you out of the real world and transports you and your brain into a different reality, being the world within the game. Here are three ways that music is used as an immersive tool. The sounds of the world, adaptive sound, and signals are all different ways that music is used as an immersive device. These are three examples of games that are drastically different from one another. Animal Crossing revolves around you establishing a peaceful life on an island, while Doom involves you killing demons with lots of blood and detail. Grand Theft Auto 5, or GTA, being the most realistic of the three, as you can drive a car, own a business, and get chased by the police for breaking the law. As you might have guessed, the sounds that accompany these three games are very different. Animal Crossing features very peaceful, relaxing music, often having pianos, tambourines, bongos, flutes, ukuleles, guitars, whatever you can imagine with slow-paced music. Doom, on the other hand, features very quick guitar riffs and bass riffs and a metal rock hybrid. It is very dramatic. GTA attempts to be the most realistic of the three. In the quest for authenticity, it features many of our real-world songs played over the in-game radio as you drive through the fictional Californian city of Los Santos. Songs that your parents probably have in their playlists to relive the days they waved Zippo lighters around to them in concerts. GTA also features a great deal of sound design to make the city as realistic as possible. Strangers have conversations that get louder and quieter depending on their distance from you, and cars honk at you as you disobey traffic laws, which only adds to the diegetic sounds of the world. The sound of your world is just as important as the visuals of your world. You wouldn't expect to see a polar bear on the beach, and likewise, you wouldn't typically hear jazz music or hip-hop music in a horror game. Jazz and hip-hop would be pretty popular in California, so those two genres were merged to create GTA 5's opening theme. And here we have three examples of music from the games. Here is your peaceful island life. Here is you slaying demons. I was ready for it to go harder. I'll let it play for a couple more seconds. I'm actually going to move that so that'll start playing halfway so it gets to the riffs quicker. And here's your crime life in California. Gonna be suave, real cool with it, laid back. A hardened criminal. Oh, okay, they're all playing again. Hopefully they pause in half a second. There we go. The second way that sound and video interact is in the area of what is called adaptive sound. Adaptive sound is when the music of the world changes due to how you've interacted with the world. It adapts. Different cities have different songs in Skyrim, which is the top left, you can only hear by exploring and finding more and more places. When Mario interacts with a superstar, the music changes to show that he now has temporarily gained the superpower of invincibility. As Link wields certain weapons, the music changes to show what attack he's currently using. Adaptive sound ties in closely with the signals you can receive from music. The third and final method I'd like to discuss today about music as an immersive tool would be the signals that music provides. Signals in video game music have several purposes, and each of them pulls you further and further into the immersion of the game. Back in Skyrim, new music greets you when you find a new city to reward your adventurous spirit. Legend of Zelda games are also notorious for their dramatic reward sequences. I don't know where the camera cuts me off there. Music has been used as a warning indicator in several games as well. In Animal Crossing New Horizons, a quick drum beat plays when wasps are nearby, and the song changes to a penalty tune if you happen to get stung by the wasps. The music changes in Metal Gear Solid, which I'm currently covering with my camera. Uh, the music changes in Metal Gear Solid when you get spotted during a stealth mission, and you can see that red exclamation point probably over here because it's showing a guard spotting you when you're supposed to be hiding. My personal favorite tool is the low health warning in recent Pokemon games. What used to be a simple beep has now transcended into being its own song. I guess I'm probably also covering that one, so I'll just go ahead and cut it a little early, but it's just people dancing. And then we go to this one.
Oh man. Okay. Okay.
So yeah, what once started as a simple beep has now transcended into being its own song. The low health song plays as the warning that your teammates are in danger. You must either act quickly, heal them immediately, or try your best to run away. As you can see in the video, fans had a field day enjoying the new song that replaced the old repetitive beeping. Next, I'd like to talk about video game music's impact on the real world, such as the soundtracks being brought to life, and research conducted about the positive effects of hearing the in-game music as you play. What once began as simple MIDI beeps has now transcended into full-scale symphonic concerts. For these video game concerts, the concert venue typically projects scenes and videos from the video game onto a large screen as the symphony plays a soundtrack from the game live in sync with the video. While I wasn't aware that the Legend of Zelda Symphony of the Goddesses tour came to St. Louis in 2015, I did have the pleasure of being able to attend the Pokemon Symphonic Evolutions tour as it came to Powell Hall in 2016. It was astounding to be surrounded by so many other fans, and I've still got some of the things I took with me that day. Once the pandemic hit, I couldn't have imagined an event like this happening for a long time, but the internet had other intentions. A pre-recorded concert featuring music and videos from the game Undertale was live-streamed, quote-unquote, during the worldwide quarantine to celebrate the game's 5th anniversary, which reached over 3 million live viewers at once on YouTube. Research conducted at Southwest University's School of Psychology in Guangzhou, China, placed gamers in 2 different groups, one with sound on and one with sound muted from their screens. The group of gamers that played with the sound performed at a higher level, achieving success quicker and with higher scores. The group that played without sound did still all manage to succeed, but they had a lower performance level, slower speed, and lower scores. As a counter-argument to saying that music makes video games the most immersive, there are several other aspects of video games that add to the immersion, and there have also been some heavily immersive games that had horrible soundtracks. Forgot to post that. So, starting with the visuals, high-quality graphics have aided immersion. This is easily understandable as most humans aren't made out of 200 pixels. While no one would praise Mario's original 8-bit graphics, the Battlefield series has broken several boundaries when it comes to graphics and visual immersion, as it's brought its players across the world to various battlefields. Being able to play a game through the main character's eyes and first-person perspective also adds immensely to immersion. Seeing the exact fictional events the character has been subjected to through their eyes, as well as the way they move, makes the reality seem even more realistic. Others would also say that QuickTime events that rely on your speedy interactions adds to the immersion. But I would disagree, as most failed QTEs allow for you to immediately retry them without consequences. That brings us to decision-based stories, where every choice and response you make in the entire game matters. The choices that you would make as a gamer will affect the experiences, rewards, and consequences you'll face later on in the game. The end of the story is a result of every choice you've made, as games like these are known to have several drastically different endings for games to reach. But perhaps you would like to experience the most immersive experience that gaming has to offer. Virtual reality is still spreading across the world as headsets are being made more and more affordable. From $5 phone holders, which you'll be able to see better tomorrow, all the way up to the $300 Oculus Quest 2 or the Oculus Rift 2, or Oculus Rift S. There's a way for everyone to get immersed in 360-degree environments. Whether you want to get a bird's eye view in Paris, command your crew in Star Trek's USS Aegis, or you want to watch Big Bird chase a child around while a vampire and an alien prince have a casual conversation with an energetic robot girl in VR chat, there's definitely a virtual reality experience out there for everyone. Future VR developments include the full body haptic feedback vibration, which is basically full body vibration, gloves to replace hand wands, and the sense of touch being implemented. It's possible that one day soon, you could actually feel different textures while exploring a virtual environment. Nanotechnology is currently being produced that can portray different textures and temperatures. We'll just need to be patient until they can be put into that electric glove. Finally, while most immersive games have amazing soundtracks, Resident Evil's director's cut missed that mark by a lot. The Resident Evil series has always been iconic for its boundary-breaking immersive feats, but 1997 was sadly a dark time. The first Resident Evil game for the PS1 featured an abysmal soundtrack, with the mansion basement theme being the most notorious for being horrible. So you get the point. Fans have described this as if the composer pulled up a MIDI keyboard, turned on the trumpet mode, and just slammed his hands on the keyboard. Just 1 year later, though, they began setting records for immersive soundtracks that truly went with a suspenseful horror game. And I'll need to see if I can, actually put that in, because for some reason I couldn't add it in last night. But this is music you would expect to hear in a horror game. You've got your suspenseful strings, you've got creaking, you've got slow chromatic changes, you've got creepy motives in the background on the piano. It's very suspense-filled. This is one of the first songs you hear in Resident Evil 2, as you're on the first floor. I actually haven't played the game, so I don't know. In conclusion, while music adds to the immersion of video games, it isn't solely responsible for making video games immersive. That being said, music does still have the largest impact on the player. The most immersive video games feature a great soundtrack, great graphics, and a great story, but they wouldn't have gotten that far without the music. Thank you. So here's my contact information if you'd like to reach out to me for more information. On behalf of Webster University, I would like to thank you all for attending today. Here's my works cited, and that's a wrap. Ta-da! I'm bowing. I'm not standing up. Yeah. Okay, we are at 13 minutes. Got it. See y'all tomorrow.